Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome in to these readings for the full moon in Aries. This reading right here is for the full signs of the zodiac. The Leos, the Virgos, the Libras, and the Scorpios. Welcome in, my loves. So today we're going to be doing a reading based on the card that came through during our solar readings. So our solar readings are readings that I do every month that give you guidance on the entire solar month. So from when the sun moves into a sign to when it moves out. It's roughly 30 days and it happens around the 19th to the 23rd of every month. So right now we are in the solar sign of Libra, which will be moving into the sign of Scorpio on October 23rd. I will be releasing our Scorpio readings for the solar month in a few weeks. Well, in a few days, actually. It'll be next week that those will come out, depending on when you watch this video. It might be a few days from when you watch this video. The full moon in Aries came through in our solar reading for the month of Libra and really wanted to bring up this perspective shift card. Really are going to have a new perspective with this full moon in Aries. So let's talk a little bit about what a full moon is and the sign of Aries. So a full moon is a movement of the astrological bodies where the sun is shining fully on the entire moon. The moon is in full view from what we can see from our perspective here on Earth. So when we have full light on the moon, we are like lighting up. It's like a magnifying glass on one area of our lives, whatever astrological sign it falls in. So it falls in the sign of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is like that spark that starts everything. So as we're moving into this full moon in Aries, it's like a whole new world that we're experiencing. We just had the full moon in Pisces last month, which really was the ending of that cycle. We're starting now with the full moon in Aries, which is a whole new beginning of a whole new cycle of moon phases. It's actually the full expression of this newness, of this spark, of this passion, of this change in energy. So the perspective shift really makes sense here for us. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting clarity with the Angel Therapy deck from Doreen Virtue and also clarity with the Modern Mystic Tarot. We're going to be looking at where we are in our perspective and where we are going in our perspective, or where our perspective shift is most aligned for us. So we're gonna look at where we are, and we're gonna look at the perspective shift that's most aligned for us. That's the questions that really wanted to come through for this reading. So if you're new to all of this, hello, welcome. I know I just said a lot of information. Thanks for hanging in there. Relax, enjoy yourself. If you are not new to this, thank you for your support. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate offering you these lunar readings, which happen every week. They are free. My solar readings, which are for the entire month, they are $11.11 a month. It's totally affordable for you guys. I really want to make sure that this information, this insight, this spiritual tool to help guide you back to the wise instinctive knowing within yourself, help guide you to your highest good and the highest good of all. I really want to make it affordable and accessible to you. You can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services. That is where the solar readings are. You can sign up there. And again, it's only $11.11 a month. You can look at the ones that I've done for Libra, and you can look forward to the postings for the ones in Scorpio. You watch the reading based on your chart. So this reading here for the lunar reading, you're going to watch for your sun sign. That's the sign that most people know that they are. If you don't know what your sun sign is, you can go to cafeastrology.com or watch my tutorial video. The tutorial video will take you through all the steps you need to know to figure out your sun sign, where all your planets are, what astrological signs they were in, and what your rising or ascending sign are. These are the signs that really influence your energetic makeup, because they were the energetic influence when you first took your first breath on this planet. So The solar readings are based on where the current astrological sign shows up in your chart. So for the solar month of Libra, we focused on where Libra shows up. Maybe it's not your sun sign, but it might be your Mars or your Venus or your Pluto. Or you might have no Libra in your chart and you might be an I don't know Libra. There's a reading for that as well. I personally am an I don't know Libra. I don't have any Libra in any planets or in my ascending. So there's readings based for how this energy shows up in your life. As the sun shines the light fully for a full month on this one energy, we are really looking at how it impacts this personal aspect of our charts. So that's enough about the explanation of that. Let's get started with our ceremony. So again, if you're new to readings, what you want to do is be in a comfortable space that feels special to you. I like to use the word sacred, but sacred and special kind of mean the same thing. It just means a place that feels good in your heart, a place that feels like comfortable, like you want to be there. You want to have the time to process this reading, and I do always recommend a journal. You can pause the reading and write down things that come through for you. Now, when I say come through for you, as I'm talking about words, as I'm showing you pictures, as I'm tapping into the guidance for you and saying things, you might have your own trigger. Like you might be like, oh, this reminds me of this person, or wow, that word really makes me feel this thing that I've been avoiding, or whatever it is that you feel internally or see in your mind's eye or hear in your heart. These are your messages. Remember that these are spiritual tools intended to guide you back to the wise instinctive knowing within you. So as you're watching this, you're going to get that wise instinctive knowing within you communicating with you. It's not just the energies outside of you, which I'll get to in a moment, are also part of this reading. So you really want to have the journal on hand so that you can write down anything, be like, oh, it's this person that card's referring to, or oh, it's this thing that's referring to, oh, I might want to consider this aspect, or oh, wow, I really want to write that affirmation down so I can remind myself this week to keep that in the forefront of my mind, right? You can also use these readings to connect with your guides, to connect with the unconditionally loving forces of the universe that are here and wanting to support you. It's all about intention. It's all about what you are open to receiving information from and who. So we are talking about God or goddess or your angels or your ancestors or your higher self or source or any other energy that you go to outside of yourself for support, love, and guidance. Those energies love to be part of this reading, love to bring specific messages for you. So it's an option for you to call those into this space as well. What I like to do is I like to start the reading by activating the elements. I love to have the elements present. I love working with them. You don't have to do this. You can set your own space. You can maybe say a prayer or just go close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and get ready for whatever guidance is coming through, and allow yourself to touch base with your inner self and your outer self, the guides that you speak to, and invite them into this ceremony. So I am going to activate the element of fire. Fire is the transformative flame. It brings light into the darkness. Fire is the sign of Aries, which is this beautiful spark of new life. And this is the full moon that we are celebrating. So we ask this fire to be present in our reading to help us transform and transmute that which needs to be changed for our highest good. And we ask to shed light in areas where there is darkness. We activate and call upon the energy of air. Air is all about communication. It's all about clarity. It's all about lifting us up so that we can have wings and fly. Air is ruled by the direction of the east. Fire is ruled by the direction of the south. We bring air into this reading so that we can have clear communication within ourselves and with our supportive energies outside of ourselves. We thank the air for being here and bringing us this clarity. We're going to activate the element of earth. Earth is what keeps us grounded. Earth is what represents the material world and everything in it. And we ask this earth, ruled by the direction of the north, to keep us grounded in this reading, to help us know what physical steps we need to take in order to act on this guidance and wisdom that we receive. And last but not least, we honor and activate the element of water. Water is the emotions, the memory, and the flow of life. It's ruled by the direction of the west, and we ask the water to be here in our reading to help us with our emotions, help us with our memories, and help us to move in a sacred flow that's aligned with our highest good and the highest good of all. So let's get into the reading. Again, this reading is for the full signs of the zodiac, the Leos, the Virgos, the Libras, and the Scorpios. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy birthday to the Libras. All right, let's find out. Oh, here it is. Ooh, 2 came through. Let's see if it's both of them or just one. Is it this top card? No, is it the card that I saw first? Yes. Okay, it's this card right here for you guys. So this is your overall guidance for the perspective shift that's coming. Again, this is for the full moon, which happens on the 20th. Mercury is retrograde until the 18th. So I do expect this perspective shift to be sometime between the 18th and the 20th, although it could happen over the weekend. But we are really coming out of this this Mercury retrograde time, which is always a time for review, especially about relationships, because it happened in the sign of Libra, which is all about relationships. So we are really kind of in this review phase, and then I think this perspective shift with this full moon in Aries, this new beginning, this new start, is going to really happen in between the 18th and the 20th. The moon is in Aries starting on the 18th and actually moves out of Aries on the 20th, but after it goes full. So we are really looking at this window for this reading. Okay, your card is Release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. So if you're somebody who's like, I don't know how to work with angels, I'm not really comfortable with that, I don't know if this is the right message for me, that's totally fine. What this is saying to open yourself up to receiving support from whoever you go to for support. It might be Michael, it might be a saint, it might be God or goddess, it might be your higher self, any of those, it might be an ancestor that you work with, but work with an energy outside of you that you're already comfortable with, or if it feels good to you, start being open to explore working with Archangel Michael. He's a very powerful angel. He is the leader of the zodiac, or of the archangels, and he is the protector, and he has this sword of truth that he uses to just protect you, but also to cut through the things that are no longer serving you. So really this is about allowing yourself to let go of what no longer serves you with this full moon. Wow. So even as I said that, you may have had, this isn't serving me, you might have had awareness, or you might have been like, I don't want to let go of this, I hope it's not that. Write those things down, okay? Because we're going to be getting clarity right now with the Modern Mystic Tarot for each of you, where you are now in your perspective and what perspective shift is going to help you move forward. Okay, so where are the Leos right now? Leos, you're here. And what perspective shift is going to help them move forward? Okay. Virgos, where are you in your perspective right now? Sorry, wasn't clean. Virgos. Here's where you are right now. Here's the perspective shift that's going to help you move forward. Alrighty. Libras, happy birthday to the Libras. Ooh, that's where you are now. Of course it is. And where the perspective shift is going to help you move forward. Okay. And, okay. My Scorpios. Where you are now. Perspective shift is going to help you to move forward. There it is. Interesting. All right. So we're going to move our angel therapy right over here, working with Archangel Michael and letting go of what no longer serves. So right now, for the Leos, you guys are at the Ace of Earth. Documents and contracts, new business venture or project, new money. So you're starting something new, Leos, and you are really getting into it, really like seeing it. The Ace of Earth is like the material sign, right? So it's like it's starting to all come together in physical form. The words are being written down, the contracts are being signed, the projects are being created. Like you're actually taking the physical steps to bring this to life. So here's the perspective shift that's going to help you to let go of what no longer serves you. The 10 of Air, the end of difficulty, a turning point, seeing through illusions and rising above an attack. So what all three of these cards together are sharing with me, Leo, is that as you're starting something new, you're still bringing something that doesn't serve you into this new project. So whatever didn't work out with the last project that you started, and the last thing that like started getting traction, whatever didn't work out with that, it's time for you to let go of that and to start this new venture with this end of difficulties mindset. Like this project is going to be the project that goes right for me. This project is going to be the one that takes off, the one that I've been waiting for. This is the time. This is the newness that I've been asking for, that I've been wanting to create. Leo, you are working on it, but there is this perspective shift where you have to see that this is the end of your difficulties and not start creating stories or start creating worries that are going to sabotage you. You have to let go of what no longer serves. What no longer serves is the baggage from the past that you're bringing into or that you associate with whatever this Ace of Earth is talking about for you, okay? And really to feel into the end of difficulties, to rise above attack, if you feel like that's in your space, and to just affirm that you're going to let go of what no longer serves you. If the people who are attacking you no longer serve you, you're going to let go of them. If you have this like grudge against someone that you held on to for a really, really long time, you're going to let go of that. If you really have this like self-defeating belief that whatever you start, you never finish, you're going to let go of that. Like whatever it is for you, okay, Leo? Rise above the illusion, rise above the attack, and let this Ace of Earth be started in this idea that you're going towards the 10 of Air. Like you already have like started something that's going to help end all of your difficulties, or at least the difficulties associated with starting with whatever relates to the Ace of Earth, if that makes sense for you. I feel like it does. Even though I'm not quite clear on what it means for you guys, but I feel like whoever I'm talking to knows what I'm talking about. All right, let's move on to the Virgos. Hey, Virgos. Love you guys. I love all of you, by the way. If I didn't say I love you, I'm sorry. It's just, okay, I love all of you. You right now are in the goodbye card. Letting go, transformation, grief, and respectfully moving on. So Virgos, you're in a little bit of a release of something. A letting something go. And this could be that you're already letting go of what no longer serves you, that you've already made that step, or you're like ready to make that step, and you really, like, these two cards are very, very similar. Like you really are ready to let go and ready to say goodbye to the past you that has died, and then welcome the new you that is here, ready and willing to co-create with you. And the perspective shift that's really going to help you move through this goodbye and move through this letting go, Virgos, is the 4 of Air. Make time for yourself. Meditate, stand back, and review the situation. So this is a call to meditation, a call for you to really sit with everything that you've gone through. The other week, I got the message to not go out and do what I wanted to go out and do, and to really stay home, and just, this card came up, 4 of Air, and it just told me to sit with what I had been feeling and going through, and to review it, and just to be an observer to it, not even to like solve it or to do anything with it, just to sit with it and feel it and be present with it. That's all it was wanting. And I felt so much better afterwards, even though I didn't do anything or accomplish anything or have a great epiphany about the issue. It just felt really good to sit with where I was and to review it. So Virgos, this is really where you're being guided. If you want to work with Archangel Michael more deeply, and especially with letting go, I would search for a video that has Archangel Michael and has letting go as the theme. So like you can do both, or you can do one and or the other. But really sitting and meditating with this angel is an invitation for you as well, if it feels good and supportive to you. If it's just closing your eyes and sitting with your feelings, that's fine too. Whatever is going to feel most aligned for you, like whatever you're most excited about trying to do, go for the excitement, or whatever feels most aligned, go for whatever feels aligned for you. If you're like, well, maybe I am ready to try communicating with Archangel Michael and working with this energy outside of myself, or maybe I am ready to let go and to do a mental process for that, and to really be able to sit with what it is that I'm letting go. So Virgos, get some extra support if you need motivation to help you meditate. I would meditate over the weekend, but definitely Monday through Wednesday to sit down with yourself and give yourself some time to really have this goodbye, to really have this reflection, to really get the lessons from it, and to let go of what no longer serves you in the best possible way for you. And it's going to be through meditation for you. Okay. Libras! You guys got the karma card. Of course you did. And this is legal issues, cause and effect, karmatic balancing. And I say, of course you did, because like this is totally you guys, right? You guys are the justice, balancing of the scales. And so you're really like standing full in your power of that as the sun shines on you, and as we highlight this aspect that you bring to humanity. Excuse me, I'm like, what's coming up for me? Hold on, let me slow down. Whenever like I knock over a card, or whenever I have something physical happen, I'm always like checking in to be like, okay, what is going on for me? Yeah, I feel, Libras, that you guys are really feeling your power to restore the balance, and to have the karmatic scales balanced and justified. And that's really important, and we need you to do that. And as this full moon comes, we also need you to have this perspective shift. There's a 6 of water here. So this is nostalgia and childhood memories, the need to heal the past, inner child healing. So yeah, Michael's here to tell you, Libras, you're so focused in like kind of like the worldly and the cause and effects of everything around you, and to seeing that there's justice for you and for those in your life and in your space. And the perspective shift that's happening with this full moon and the spark of something new for you is to really get with the inner child healing, to let go of what is no longer serving you from your childhood. It does feel like it's related to this karma. So I would look at times where you felt in your childhood that there was not justice served between like a family member, or a parental authority, any sort of authority that you were involved with, that like gave a ruling or offered something that just really felt unfair to you, and really made you maybe even believe something about yourself, or about your worth, about the way the world works, that isn't true and is no longer serving you. So really with this full moon, the invitation, Libras, is to sit with your inner child. So an inner child meditation, or again, a meditation with Michael, I always recommend meditations. It's a reminder for me to do it more, as well as I remind you to do it more. It is where all of our power is. And working with Archangel Michael, he's such a powerful, loving angel. He's not going to let you down if you turn to him. And this inner child is looking for your support. So even if it's just an inner child meditation, has nothing to do with Archangel Michael, I would start doing that this weekend, into the next week, 18th through the 20th specifically, and let yourself sit with that child, and to see where Maybe there's some things that you still feel bad about, letting yourself off the hook for the times that you feel like you mistreated somebody, and letting go of the times that you feel someone mistreated you in a way that's like final. Okay, Libras? Okay. And my lovely Scorpios. Hey, Scorpios. Night of Earth for you, seeking prosperity. So right now, you're in a perspective of working hard, being persistent, finishing what you started. I know that is true for some of the Scorpios that I know. Must be true for all of you guys. So this is the energy that you're in, and the perspective shift that's going to help you around the time of the full moon is retrograde. So as we move out of retrograde on the 18th, you're being invited to stay in it a little bit longer. Reviewing the past, acceptance of what is. Okay. So Scorpio, there is something that you're not wanting to accept. That is what it is. And it might be related to what it is that you have to let go of, that you might not want to let go of it, even though you know it doesn't serve you, but you chose to do it, and you're kind of like trying to finish what you started, but you need to review why you're doing it in the first place, what drove you to make those decisions, and you need to see whether or not letting go of it and making a different choice is going to serve you better. Okay, the perspective shift is really this retrograde energy. Stretch it out a little bit longer for you. Really, again, maybe this weekend for you, Scorpio, rather than on the 18th. If you're watching this after the weekend, it's fine. Do this whenever you get the guidance to. It's all aligned in perfect timing anyway. But yeah, really, really sit in this retrograde energy as much as you can, Scorpio, and ask what is in my past that needs to be let go of. What is it that that is behind driving this Night of Earth that needs to be let go of for my highest good, so that I can move forward in a way that that is this Night of Earth. You know, that allows me to finish what I started, but maybe you're holding yourself to something that you started that isn't serving you, and you need to like start something that's more aligned with the reason you started that thing that isn't aligned now in the first place. Does that make sense? Reviewing why you started something, seeing and making a choice that'll allow you to stay in that why, but is a different how. I feel like you're getting me. And work with Archangel Michael if that feels good and right to you. He will help you to see what to let go of. He's a very loving angel, a very loving support, and you can work with any energies you work with outside of yourself. It doesn't have to be him, but he's here for you. The Angel Therapy deck really wanted to come through for these readings. All right, so that is the end of the reading for the full signs of the zodiac. I'm sending so much love to you guys. I really appreciate you and your support. Thank you for joining me on this journey. We are going to release the elements now. We release water. Giving thanks for the emotional element of our lives in this reading. We release the earth, giving thanks for the grounded nature of this reading, for helping us to stay grounded. We release the air, representing the mental aspect of our reading, the clarity that comes through, and we release the fire, representing that transformative flame, the spiritual nature of our reading. As always, Namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.